I have got a few things I want to show you, but before I get to that, I wanted to explain I'm not going to be having as many videos coming out, which I haven't been, but our household is about to make some huge changes. My daughter and her 4 children are going to be moving in with us for a while. So that means that the room that I'm in right now, my scrapbook room, and also the spare room next to it, we are going to have to completely clean out and make bedrooms out of them, which is fine. I absolutely am going to love having them here. It's just going to be a lot of changes, and it's a lot of work. And I have been cleaning out an area in my basement to put my craft room in, which I think might actually work out even better because it's a huge space and I'm going to be able to really spread out. So anyway, I took a trip, it's been 2 weekends ago, I guess, with my 2 very best friends from junior high, and we do this every year other than the COVID years. There were 2 years there we weren't able to. And we went to a little town here in Missouri, which we usually do stay in Missouri, and we like to go to the little old towns. We like to visit the shops. We like to, if they're having street carnivals or whatever, we like to, you know, be a part of that stuff. So we went junking, and boy, I found some stuff. One of the first things I found is this huge spool. And this thing, I should have measured it before, but it is, I would say, about 15 inches long. And I already have a couple of these that I use in this way. I roll my ribbon on them and keep that on my desk standing upright so that if I need a ribbon, I've got them all available right here. So I was happy to find that. And then I found some material here. I told you I'm really into the textiles here lately. But I found this. It's a table, or it's a pillowcase is what it is, and it has been iron stiff. It reminds me, my grandma used to starch and iron her pillowcases, and that's what this reminded me of, because it's got the really crisp folds in it. Look at that thing, and it's just beautiful. I don't know how I'm going to use it yet, but that's just one of the lucky finds that I made. And then I also have 2 of these pillowcases that have been embroidered on, and they look like it's hand embroidery. So scored them, got 2 of those, and they're it's a cotton material, so nothing, absolutely nothing is going to go to waste on it. I found this tablecloth as well. Now it's very vintage, and it's got this beautiful pattern here, and then, you know what, is that 2 tablecloths? Let me look at this. No, I think, because it's not wide enough for a tablecloth, I think it's a table runner. But it has this pattern on this edge of it, and this pattern on this edge, which is, I don't think I've ever seen one like that with 2 different patterns on it. I don't think I've ever seen one like that. But anyway, I scarfed it up pretty quick too. And then I also was lucky enough to find a lady who made handmade pottery. And I bought this little cup from her, and the colors are perfect for my scrapbook room. So I scored that, and then this little vintage bowl that I got as well. I don't know what I'm going to put in it yet, but I guarantee you I'm going to figure it out. So those were just some of the finds that I had. And now for today's video. Oh, this was another thing I found. I found this vintage atlas. Let me get that real fast. Look at that thing. It's an Encyclopedia Britannica World Atlas, and it is huge. I can't even get the whole thing in the frame of the camera. These pages I tore out are 11 by 15. So that means the book opened up is 11 by 30. I could not believe my luck with this. And it's going to come in very handy because I'm getting ready to start a new journal. And this time I am going to go from start to finish with it and probably do videos on everything that I do. So I had to sit down and I actually started a list of my process whenever I make a video or make a journal. So what I've done is, so the theme that I'm going to do is railroad. I've always wanted to do a train journal, and that's what I'm going to do. So I know what my theme is, and then I needed to select the size of the journal before I chose papers for it. And here is what I'm thinking. I've gathered all of these train things that I'm going to be using. And I looked through, this is a book of Canadian railways. It's Mika Railways of Canada. Mika is the author. And I went through here to find pictures that I thought would be good for the cover. And I have this one, which I love, and this is kind of the feel that I want. It's going to be like a vintagey feel. And then I also found this one. Now this one would be pretty cool because I could make it go from the front to the back cover. That's the whole picture. So I could do that, but my only thing is I would have to put a closure over here, and there's not a lot of room to do that. I guess I could move it like up here. But anyway, one of those two are going to be my covers. So I need to choose the papers for the inside according to one of these photos. And I'm really thinking, as much as I love this one, I think I'm going to go with this one. I think I probably will. So I went through my stash. I'm going to set that out of the way. Went through my stash of papers, and I pulled some that I thought would kind of go with the feel, the vintage feel of that. And a lot of these papers I have gotten off of Amazon. This is a handmade paper that I ordered from there. Love these. This is like a parchment paper. It's real crinkly, and it's not onion skin because you can't see through it, but it's semi-transparent, I guess. This is another set that I got from Amazon. Let me find the other pieces. That one and those. I think that's it. Okay, so these came in a pack, and it had 4 different styles. And I like all of them. I think all of them would be great for, you know, a train type of book. Now the thing is, the size of the book. I have decided that in order for me to use my train image, the size of the book, where's my little papers I set aside? There they are. Okay, I'm going to use mainly 8.5 by 11. But I'm going to cut those in half, and I'm going to piece them together this way. So my book is going to measure going this way. It's going to be 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that is the plan. The other papers I chose have to be kind of going along with this, or the other papers I choose. So I have these 4. Now I have this one. It comes from an old travel pack that I have, and I could very easily cut this in half or even cut it down a little bit more, or I could cut out each of the squares and use those, you know, for pockets or something. But this is going to work either for embellishments or for pages. There's another smaller piece from the same pack, and it's going to work fine. If I'm doing my book this way, I could put this like here, and it'll work. You see the colors, I'm going for neutrals again. Now these are some pages that I took out of some of my stacks of scrapbook paper that I've had for way too long, and I coffee stained them. So they were more like this color down in here, and after I coffee stained, this is what I got. And I coffee stained front and back. Gives it a beautiful look. Now these, I would actually be able to cut these in half, and maybe, you know what, I could actually cut these in half. And go ahead, let me see what I'm trying to tell you. Oh, I can't use this trimmer. It's not big enough. I could cut it in half. Have it go this way, and then use these as pockets over here so that they would not go past this 5 1/2 inch mark. That is what I'm going to do with those. Okay, so these are just some of the papers that I've decided to use, and like I said, most of them I did coffee stain front and back. I like the pattern of this one. I think it just looks real vintage. And then we of course have clocks, because trains have schedules. And these are a few more. This kind of reminds me of a Tim Holtz paper, but it's not. So I've got those. This is another paper I ordered off of Amazon, and it's really interesting because when you look at it, it looks like it's been crumpled, but this is absolutely smooth. So I thought that was kind of neat looking. I of course have my regular coffee stained copy paper that I'll use. Here I have some graph paper that I'll use. This is the legal size copy paper, and I used this was a plastic, it was either a tablecloth or a plastic placemat that I put over the top of it as it dried after I put my coffee on there, and I got this pattern. I really like that. I have a couple of sheets of Braille paper that has also been, these have been coffee stained and baked in the oven. So it gives it a really neat look, and I love the texture too, and I like these edges. So yeah, we're going to use those. This is just a piece that I pulled. I had actually coffee stained it as well. And I just like the look of it. It looks very grungy, almost industrial looking to me. This is some of the old printer paper, you know, that has these edges. I've got a whole box of that stuff that my dad gave me years ago. I have book pages that I'm going to be using. There's a smaller piece of that Braille paper. This is another piece of that handmade paper from Amazon. I wish you could feel it. Maybe if I stick it up here, you can kind of look at the texture of it. It feels almost cloth-like. And then I have pages that were out of that atlas. This one, I had put some beeswax on there and melted it just to see what it would do. And then I have, it's over across the room, but I've got some, I think it's Aleene's. Let me get that. Okay, it is Aleene's acrylic sealer with a matte finish. And I took this out on my back deck and I sprayed this section of it just to see what it would do to the paper. And I honestly don't see any difference at all. So I have another sheet out there. Let me grab that. Okay, so I did a little bit of experiment. This is a book page that was, if you can see, really glossy, shiny. And I took it outside and I sprayed that Aleene's on it to kind of take some of the shine away, and I think it worked. Let's see if I can get a comparison. So you can see the gloss on the bottom half there, and then the top half you can see it's a little less glossy. I hope you can see that. It didn't really change the paper in any way other than making it a little bit matte finish. So I have atlas pages that I'm going to be using as well in this journal, and the back side of the atlas had pages like this, which at first glance is something you maybe wouldn't even think to use, but I've got stamps that have got numbers like this on it. And these little things here, I think those would be really cute cut out and used. So I think I will make use of all of those. I have a piece of the glossary, which will probably be good for a background. So that is what I have gathered. And now I'm going to take those things and I'm going to cut them to the size that I want and make my signatures. Now where these come together, I'm going to have to either, you know what I could do? Okay, so I'm either going to have to put a small bead of glue and glue these together. I can sew these together. I can use a strip of cloth in between to make, you know, like, say this is cloth. I know it's not, but I'll turn it this way. So I could do it like this and sew that cloth in between the pieces. There's a lot of ways I can do it, but right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to cut everything down to the size that I need it. You are welcome to watch, or you can bypass this part. I found this paper too, or this map, and to me it kind of looks like a transit map. So I'm going to set it up so that I can use the edges for pockets. So I'm going to fold it over to the 6-inch mark here, so that it will be the same size as the rest of the papers. Okay, and it is probably going to be a little bit too wide. Maybe, maybe not. I'll see. Because right now it's 15 1/4 wide. But we'll see. And not every paper that I have folded is going to be used in this journal. I'm going to go through here and I'm going to pick and choose what I think would look good in the signatures. And I will add things if I need to. I like this one. Oh, that is supposed to be in here. So I'm going to add things as I need to and take away what I don't think is going to fit. So now I'm going to work on taking the two halves and putting them together so that I can make my signatures. This one I was doing a little bit of experimenting with. I put some beeswax on there and melted it to see how this particular paper would react to it. I'm going to leave it like it is because I think it adds a little more interest. I decided to join my papers with cloth, and I have this that I think will work well with almost all the pages. So I'm going to cut this into strips or tear it into strips and then start working on joining those pages. Hey guys, so this is me editing what you just saw, and I recorded that probably the last week in May, and the kids moved home. They got here on June 2nd, and today is September 23rd, and I am just now We're settling in, you know, we're still working things out. It's difficult going from an empty nest to having 4 kids and an adult daughter in the house. It is difficult, but it's been going great. It really has. It's just a lot of work. So I literally have not been able to get back down here and do anything. My scrapbook room, or my crafting room, is set up. It's usable. It's not at all completely organized. There's still a lot of things that I want to go through and purge, and y'all have been so faithful, and you've been watching my videos and still commenting on old videos, even though I haven't done anything new for a while. This is where I'm at now. I have got the pages figured out as far as which pages I'm going to use. My concern right now is that these are so long that the individual pages are kind of floppy. You know, it's not really thick paper that I'm using, but I'm hoping that whenever I get in there and I start putting stuff in it, that it's going to you know, strengthen it a little bit. But these are the pages that I've decided on. Nothing really special about any of them. I still have all those other papers back here that I'm going to use as embellishments. This obviously is not going to go there because I have a page like that. I have these long ones that I had showed you, and I'm going to fold them back and make pockets or something out of them so that they'll fit in the journal. And that's where I'm at. So, forgive me for being gone so long. Kids are back in school. They got in school in August, towards the end of August. So I now have my days off where I can come down and work on making new content and just keep them better in touch with you guys. And like I said, I so much appreciate all of the love and support I've got. I've been getting emails about probably 2 or 3 a week, just telling me that you miss me, that, you know, you're hoping everything goes great. And I've answered every email that I've gotten, and I am so thankful for this. My channel has now reached 915 subscribers. So I am going to do a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Don't tell anybody. It's a secret just for us who are watching this video now. And what I'm going to do is, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, everyone who has commented on my videos and absolutely everyone who has sent me emails the last couple of months, I'm putting all of your names in. I'm going to see if I can do like an electronic name draw thing. I don't know how they do that, but I'm going to look into that. And I haven't even decided yet what I'm giving away. One possibility is this. This is that file folder book that I made. And I know a lot of people on here have said that they're leery about doing giveaways because sometimes the people who actually get, you know, this would turn around then and sell it and make money off of it. I think about it like this. I am giving from the goodness of my heart because I'm so thankful for everyone who has watched even one of my videos and liked it. And I'm so thankful, and I want the opportunity to give back. What the person receiving it does with it, that's on them. That has nothing to do with me. But God bless them if they can make a little bit of money on it. And I haven't decided yet if this will be the one or if I have a different one. I'm thinking of that. The Butterbox Junk Journal is the other one I'm thinking of. So anyway, this video is long enough. I thank you for being patient and waiting for me. I'm back, and I am excited about getting to going on this railway junk journal. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.